Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 mod showcase. Today we're going to be looking at the weird, wacky, and wild cursed mods for the game. Here is 10 that you absolutely should know about. These more pertain towards the meme side of things, something I know all of us can get on board with. Just as a little side note, this is something that I've been thinking about a little bit recently, and I know Sarah was talking about this over on Twitter last week too, and that's while we do have a lot of very impressive mods for Kingdom Hearts 3 as of right now, there's definitely a lot to pick from. In regards to like meme-based, wacky, wild mods, ones that you can definitely get a good laugh out of, we don't currently have too much. This is a personal request. Modders out there, let's get more meme mods going on. If we want to play as Shrek, let's make it happen. How about we let Xehanort embrace the power of the goat and turn him into a literal goat? Or get this, let's turn the Kingdom Hearts moon into the sun from the Teletubbies. Hell yes. Alright guys, without further ado, let's look at these cursed mods. First up is the playable Waluigi mod, created by ABoy53. Waluigi might not be a fighter in Super Smash Bros, but he is here now in Kingdom Hearts. Okay, that was a really mean joke. I do apologize. This is a mod that model swaps Sora into Waluigi. If you ever wanted to see Waluigi in some kind of anime format, well, your dream has come true. Because this is, of course, a model swap, this does mean that you will see Waluigi in any cutscene that Sora obviously appears in, and my god, some of the results are absolutely hilarious. For instance, seeing Waluigi confront Xehanort, just top tier. Also, while the mouth doesn't exactly move, and same with the eyes and whatnot, you can sort of sometimes see the mouth wanting to open, as well as the eyes doing a weird movement thingy. It is very cursed, I must say. This mod also comes with a few bonuses as well. So the first one, it does replace the HUD icon with Waluigi's face. On top of that as well, it swaps out the Elemental Encoders model with Waluigi's tennis racket. Also, Sora's battle quotes have all been changed to Wah. So, fantastic. That's just like the cherry on the top. Just constantly hearing Wah all the time. My god, beautiful. Next up is the Twilight Town tram replacement with Thomas the Tank Engine, created by CALEBSMORES. Caleb has yet again outdone himself with another fantastic mod replacing the tram in Twilight Town with the famous Thomas the Tank Engine. This was one of the earlier mods for Kingdom Hearts 3's mod cycle when it first came to the PC. I remember this was actually involved in a lot of news articles towards the Kingdom Hearts 3 mod scene, so congratulations there, Caleb, though I do actually know that unfortunately a lot of them didn't actually give Caleb the credit, so let's just give Caleb some love right now for doing us the good favor of not just the mods we've previously talked about in the sense of his work, but specifically this one. My god, hell yes. You know, it's these ones that end up model swapping just random things in the world that I appreciate all the more. While we do have a lot of player model swaps and model swaps for bosses and non-playable characters, it's honestly fantastic to see just random objects in worlds being replaced. I would love to see a mod that replaces the civilians of Twilight Town with certain different things. This is an absolutely disgustingly terrible idea, but let's change all of the Twilight Town civilians with minions. Yeah, that's right, I said it. I said it. Next up is Peter Castle by Demurerfire. This is a mod that model swaps out Elsa's Ice Castle with Peter Griffin. I honestly have no idea why this exists, but it's for that simple reason that it makes it all the more better. Damn, Elsa, nice work on the architecture. Look at those curves. Honestly though, like, these are the sort of mods I just love to see. Going back to what I was talking about with Caleb's mod, it's just hilarious to see just random things being changed. I will be honest though, this is one that I would never have expected to happen. I don't know why we randomly have a massive Peter Griffin in the middle of nowhere replacing Elsa's castle, but it's a beautiful sight nonetheless. Next up is the Among Us Red Crewmate replacing Donald by DiamondHuntet. See, you cannot have a mod community without something to do with Among Us in there, and yeah, we've got that here in the Kingdom Hearts mod community. Awesome to see. No longer do we have to put up with Donald, we now have the red crewmate. You want to make your version of Kingdom Hearts woke? Now you can do so. I have to say, like, honestly, looking at Donald's animations with the crewmate over his model is one of the most hilarious things ever. Look how he waddles. Oh my god. And also, one thing that I absolutely had to see was the Among Us crewmate during the Zetaflare cutscene. It's just as good as I was expecting, if not even better. This is beautiful. We've found the imposter. We've found the imposter! We have found the imposter! So what's gonna happen if you're acting sus? Next up is changing Luxord's playing cards into that of Pokemon cards, created by AESRYL. Now, Luxord can be a Logan Paul Pokemon card collector. You know what that wild card was? That he handed over to Sora in the Keyblade Graveyard? You bet your Jiminy Jokers it's a PSA 10 Mint Charizard fucking first edition. Hell yeah, baby. A fantastic and simply ingenious model swap that changes all of Luxord's playing cards into that of Pokemon cards. I like the extra detail as well. Some of the cards actually do have their very own faces, like actual Pokemon card faces. Most of these are just energies, but it's just a nice little extra touch. I thought it would also be worth mentioning while talking about this mod that Demurerfire has his own versions of this as well, for Uno cards, as well as gift cards, and of course, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So really, it doesn't matter what type of card you're into, there's going to be something here for everyone in the ways of switching up Luxord's deck. Next up is the Comically Large Frying Pan by SputnikMan123. So we've looked at a few different meme-tastic weapon mods for Kingdom Hearts 3 so far, though I will have to say that this is probably the best one. I mean, you know, disregarding the TGJ Turkey Drumstick, just letting you guys know this is a thing. Yeah, the Comically Large Frying Pan is beautiful. This replaces the Grand Chef Keyblade with the model of the giant frying pan that appears during the form change for Grand Chef, so you can just constantly have the giant frying pan out to use to your heart's content. What I like furthermore about this as well is, like, because this is the model of the Keyblade, it also works in the form as well. So when you're throwing what is meant to just be like, I think it's like a pot lid or whatever, it's got the fire around it, acts as like a shield. You obviously throw it in the form change, but instead of throwing that like pot lid, you're throwing a literal frying pan. It looks hilarious, and this just screams damage. Also, this works in cutscenes as well, and you can get some really cool results. Fantastic work here, Sputnik. Next up is SAIX's Banana Joke Weapon by Darlin. This is a really neat one, and this is honestly one of the first mods that I was expecting to happen for Kingdom Hearts 3, just because I find it so crazy that something like this has never returned for a Kingdom Hearts game. But for Kingdom Hearts Days, when playing the mission mode, a mode that allowed you to go back and play through various different missions, but as any of the organization members plus more, there's a really awesome gear in the game, which is essentially the equipable weapons or keyblades for Days, which is known as Joke Gear, allows you to equip a joke weapon on any of the playable characters, and the Joke Gear is unique for each playable character in Days. Thanks to Darlin, we have SAIX's one right here, which is of course a banana. One oversized banana, to be exact. A monkey would have an absolute field day. And then looking at the number 8 position, let's look at Xigbar's joke weapon. Darlin did it once again for Xigbar. His joke weapon in Days was a hairdryer, and we now have it here in Kingdom Hearts 3. Again, it's really strange that we haven't had some kind of meme-y type jokey sort of thing return for any of the Kingdom Hearts games. I thought this was incredibly well done by Square Enix when we saw it in Days. Like, for instance, Shion's joke weapon is an umbrella, Luxord's joke weapons are CDs, Axel's is a pizza, etc. So for the future, I do hope to see that Square Enix will perhaps maybe come back to the whole joke weapon thing. Perhaps if we do see the return of the outfit system that we had in 0.2 Birth by Sleep, maybe it could be something we could see for future potential Keyblade skins or something. Up next is the Switch and Vita graphics modes mod by KEYTOTRUTH. To be honest, this is not so much cursed, more so it's kind of interesting, but you can get some pretty cursed results. So what this does is it essentially presets Kingdom Hearts 3 to an even lower graphics setting than what is actually possible through the official settings. This will of course drastically lower resolution as well as texture quality. What we're seeing right here is the Vita version, and honestly, it's it's almost like unbearable to look at. Of course, most of you guys will be looking at this through a large screen. Some of you guys might be watching this through your phones. So if you were to actually see this on a Vita screen, it wouldn't look as bad. What is actually kind of neat about this though is this will sort of work out for people that don't have extremely strong systems in the sense of better performance. I wouldn't really recommend the Vita graphics mode mod, rather the Switch one. This is the Switch one right here, as it is slightly better to look at with the whole 720p resolution, as well as that a lot of the textures don't look as bad as the Vita version. We've talked time and time again about the possibility of Kingdom Hearts 3 potentially coming to the Switch. Not just 3, but the rest of the Kingdom Hearts games. While I think most of the community is in agreement with the fact that the older games probably have a good chance to come to Switch, even though of course we know now Tetsuya Nomura doesn't really have plans to bring any more Kingdom Hearts games to Switch, though that is always subject to change. It's always a point of controversy, I think, when talking about Kingdom Hearts 3. I wholeheartedly believe it is possible, so long, of course, that Square Enix do some pretty hearty optimization. It probably wouldn't look as bad as this per se, but thanks to KEYTOTRUTH's mod, it does give us a pretty good idea as to what we should expect if this does ever happen. Honestly, the Switch version looks pretty good, and for the most part would be in a very playable state. Again, just imagining this in handheld mode, I think it would look fine. I do have to say though, when playing on the Vita version mod, oh my god, going into photo mode and doing a selfie with Sora, Sora has suddenly lost his teeth. The Vita cannot handle thy teeth. And last up, we have the Final World character replacements by REZXAR. This swaps out all of the Guardians of Light apart from Kairi with their Final World versions. Of course, there are already official models of the Final World ghost-looking versions of all of the different Guardians in the game already, when of course we have to save their hearts as Sora. So seeing them collectively all together in a group as ghosts is very cursed, I must say, especially seeing it in cutscenes. Oh my god. It really does take me back to experiencing Kingdom Hearts 3 for the first time in the sense of the story. My god, was that a rough trip. Everyone actually died. Yeah, thank god for time travel and all that malagas, but holy shit, dude, Nomura didn't hold back. Also, for the likes of Riku and Aqua, there's two versions when it comes to this mod, and by the way, they are separate for Riku and Aqua, but there is the playable character version, so in the segments where you're actually playing as Riku and Aqua, you can be playing as their Final World forms. The mod for Sora right here just fully replaces his model with his Final World version, so yeah, you can literally run around and play as Final World Sora outside of the Final World, which is cool. This is the official Everybody is Dead mod. Yeah, it's pretty cursed. However guys, that is 10 cursed mods you absolutely should know about for Kingdom Hearts 3. Please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. But yes, we really do need to get on to getting more meme-tastic mods out there into the community. My wish of being able to wield a rubber chicken as well as a turkey drumstick has been answered, but the list goes on, dude. However guys, hopefully you're having a fantastic day. I'm Cynical, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.